You have been working for fashion magazines for over a year. You did your work well, and your co-workers like you. Everything went well until one day you accidentally run into the CEO, Jungkook, and spill your coffee on his shirt. Ryan, is that right? Jungkook asks, looking down at you with a suspicious look. You spill your coffee on the CEO's shirt. You are gonna get fired, it was sure. Ryan, I'm really sorry, sir. Please forgive me. It wouldn't happen again. Please, sorry, sir. Please. You immediately start to panic as you think about the worst case situation. You accidentally spill coffee on the shirt of the CEO who is as cold as ice. You are gonna get fired. Jungkook stares at you, trying to access the mess you have done. Follow me. We need to have a talk in my office, he says, glaring at you. Ryan slowly follow him. As you follow him, you feel the stress and anxiety building inside you. You are following towards your doom, Jungkook office. You arrive in front of the grand office of the big CEO. He has been walking ahead of you. And finally, you arrive in his office. The whole interior is elegant, black and gold. Sit down, Jungkook orders you. You sat down on a chair. Jungkook then sat down on his big comfortable chair in front of you, looking at you with serious and maniac eyes. Tell me, he began, staring at you. Why did you always cause so much trouble for me or for the company? Can you answer that? Ryan, it wasn't intentional. Well, this time you have really messed up. Jungkook stayed at his third and point out what you did. This time you have spilled so much coffee. You really did a lot. My shirt is totally ruined. Do you know that I have an important meeting and I can't possibly go looking like that? Wayne, I'm sorry, sir. Sorry for this. Seriously, I could fire you right now because of that, he said. His stares cold enough to freeze a boiling pot of water. Wayne, sir, it wouldn't happen again, I promise. Please don't fire me. Jungkook let out a sigh and looked at you with seriousness but also with the idea of having mercy. I'm not gonna fire you, but if this happen again, you are gone. You are lucky I'm not like most bosses. Jungkook then called his personal assistant who went to bring him a new shirt. Fine, thank you so much, sir. He looked at the new clean shirt, then looked back at you and smiled, showing a smile for the first time since he met you. That smile was very warm. It made you feel a good feeling inside. Next time, drink your coffee slowly. Now leave. I have a lot of work to do. Jungkook says, gesture you to go out. You walk out of his big luxurious office and start walking towards the office room. As you walk, you can't stop thinking about Jungkook. Jungkook's smile was very warm. He actually has a warm side under his serious look. You start to wish you could make him smile again. Several hours later, you receive a call on your work phone. The person who called you is the very same CEO that you saw this morning. Did he want to talk to you about what you did? What could that be about? You pick up the phone, wondering what the CEO could want from you. Hello? You respond to the call and hear Jungkook's voice, calm and serious, but surprisingly not hostile. When do you finish your work? Jungkook asks. On the other side of the line, he sounds serious but calm. Fine, it's almost finished. Meet me in my office as soon as you are done with working. Jungkook says with his serious tone and hang up, not giving you the time to respond. The meeting with him seems intimidating. What could he want from you? You finally reach the big CEO's office and knock on the door, waiting for him to allow you to enter. After a moment, Jungkook finally answers to you. Come in. You then open the door and walks in, immediately greeted by the grand view of Jungkook's luxurious office. Jungkook was sitting at his desk. When you enter the office, he stared at you, and a small smile appeared on his face. Sit down, he says, gesturing you out to sit on the chair in front of his desk. Go and sit, as he told her. Jungkook then opened his desk drawer and took out a bottle of expensive wine and two glasses. He began to pour some wine into each glass. There is something weird about Jungkook's attitude towards you. It is different than the first time you have met him. Have a drink. He offers you a glass of wine. Wine. Sorry? Jungkook stares at you with a mix of surprise and confusion when you apologize out of blue. Why are you apologizing? He asks, looking at you with a raised eyebrow. Wine. I mean, you are telling me to drink in your office? Well, I can't possibly drink alone now, can I? Besides, it's only a few sips, Jungkook says, then drink a small sip of wine. The wine here isn't cheap at all. It is one of my favorite bottles. Come on, drink wine. But sir, Jungkook looks at you again with his serious yet calm face before suddenly he let out a small suckle. You never heard him suckle before. You couldn't believe your ears. You are that worried about the alcohol, he says, and look at you with a small smile. The amount of alcohol from those sips will not affect you, he says, then take another sip of wine. You take the glass of wine and drink a small sip of the wine. The taste is very good, better than the cheap alcohol you usually drink. Jungkook watched you with a small smile for a moment before getting back his serious attitude. Wine is actually good. Jungkook let out a small chuckle when you told him this wine tastes good as he drank another sip of his own glass. Of course, I only have the best wine in my office. What did you expect? He says and smiles again. Jungkook's different attitude really surprised you. That serious man smiles more once at you in less than 1 hour. Jungkook then finished the wine off his glass and filled the glass again before watching you sip the wine. Actually, I had a good wine for a special occasion. Guess what special occasion could it be? He said he can't help but smile again as he says that and watch you with his intense eye. Wine, I have no idea. Jungkook then circles again and moves his chair closer to you, watching you closely. It's a special occasion with you, he says, with his smiling demeanor, and then he reaches out to stroke your cheeks. Wine, what? Jungkook strokes your cheeks gently, with a tender look in his eyes. Then speak again, his voice warm like honey, almost more seductive. You are adorable when you are clueless. Why? Sir, I don't understand. What are you trying to say? Jungkook stares at you once again, his warm yet intense gaze making your heartbeat increase slightly. Is it really that hard to understand what I am insinuating? He asks as he kisses your cheeks once again. He touches gentle and yet firm. Wine. I really don't, sir. Jungkook then gently grabs you by the chin. Move your face closer to him, his eyes intensely staring into yours, full of hunger. Come on, think a little harder. Why am I having a wine with you here, alone in my grand office? He asks, his mic teasing you. Wine. Because I ruined your shirt? Is that all? He asks, look at you with a seductive smirk. That was a simple accident. Why would I invite you here just for that? Think a little harder. He then carried your cheeks softly while staring into your eyes. Wine, did you get a new offer? A big one. He let out another chuckle and moved closer to you, his make becoming even more seductive. A new offer? No, it's not that. He then moved closer and whispered in your ear. Guess again. Wine. Sir, did you get time for vacation? Is that why you are so happy? Janko finally let out a laugh as you guessed wrong once again. No, no. Vacation. Come on. Think a little harder. Give up yet? Here's a hint. Look into my eyes. What do you see there? He says, staring into your eyes while gently stroking your cheeks. Wine. Your eyes? That's right. My eyes. My eyes are hungry for something you have got, Jungkook says with a mischievous smirk. He then moves closer to you and places a hand on your thighs. So, care to guess what I'm hungry for? Wine. Are you hungry for food? Should I order something for you? Jungkook laughed and shook his head at your silly guess. He let out a small chuckle, then moved his other hand to your chest, holding your face in his gentle hand gently. No, not food, something else. Take a guess, he says while staring into your eyes. Wine. Sir, I don't know. You tell me what is it? Jungkook let out a small chuckle and ran his thumb over your lips, his touch making hit in your body. Alright, I will tell you. I'm hungry for a good guess. And it seems you are the only one that could satisfy that, he says, his voice seductive. He stared at you for a moment before leaning in and planting a perfect, passionate kiss on your lips. Wine POV. I was shocked, so shocked to understand anything. Jungkook kissed you passionately and deeply, his hunger and desire apparent. He then broke the kiss and looked at you with seductive eyes. You taste very sweet wine. I could keep it any longer. He says that. He rates you for your chin again, gently tilting your head up so he can kiss you on the neck. Wine POV. Soon reality hit me and I push him. Jungkook suddenly stops and stares at you with eyes full of surprise. Why did you push me away? He asks, the hunger and desire in his eyes slowly turning into confusion. Wine. What are you doing? It's wrong. Jungkook stares at you with a slightly frown and seemingly to be offended by your words. Why is kissing you wrong? Isn't it this what you wanted? After all, don't you also want to kiss me? Don't you? He asks, his expression a mix of confusion and offense. Wine. Sir, it's not like that. Jungkook continued to frown upon hearing your words. He can't seem to understand why you would deny yourself from his kiss and affection. But it seems that you also want to kiss me. Your reaction to it was very pleasuring after all, he says, his expression slowly shifting to confusion again. Wine. But you are my boss, it's wrong. Jungkook let out a offended scoff and stares at you, his expression cold and serious again. What's wrong with being my boss? Are you scared that I will fire you? What if I don't? What if I want you for good? He asks you, his expression hardening as he watches you with intense eyes. Wine. That's the problem. You're boss and I'm an ordinary employee. People question our relationship. Jungkook stares at you thoughtfully while thinking about what you just said. Ordinary employee? I never consider you an ordinary one. And I have no care for people questioning our relationship. What could they possibly do to us? Jungkook then gets up from his seat and walks over to you, gently placing his hand on your chin, making you look up at him. Besides, who could possibly satisfy my hunger and desire for affection other than you? Wine. It doesn't matter to you, but it does matter to me, and we have no future together. Jungkook watched you in complete silence for a brief moment, his serious yet gentle gaze fixed on you. Then his expression slowly softened again and he sighed deeply. I understand your concern, but don't you feel the same? The connection between us is undeniable, and I know you feel the same, he says, his voice gentle and caring. It was now evident that he truly cared for you, his eyes filled with affection for you. Wine. I do, but that doesn't matter. Zanko's expression shifted to sadness, and he continued to stare at you in a silence for a moment. He then takes a deep breath to compose himself. Then, in a gentle voice, he speaks. Even though, when you feel it, you still deny us for pursuing further. Why? Is it really because people will question our relationship? He carries your cheek gently as he speaks, silently pleading for you to change your mind. Why? Because you deserve better. Jungkook suddenly let out an offensive cough and his face closer to yours, his eyes watching you intensely. What do you mean by that? Don't say silly things. You're perfect the way you are. Why don't you understand? I don't care what people will question in our relationship, and I don't care what you are an ordinary employee. All I care about is for you to accept me as yours and I to accept you as mine. No one can ever replace you in my heart. Wine. But you deserve someone who is same talented as you, better in every way, not someone like me who can't do a simple work perfectly. Jungkook let out a small circle and gently cupped your face with his both hands, running his thumb over your lips in a tender manner. Jungkook, don't say that. You are perfect in every way. Even your imperfection makes you perfect. And I don't need someone who is the same talented as me. I just need you. Besides, you are more talented than you think. You just don't know it yet. Wine, but no buts. Jungkook gently cupped your chin and pressed his lips into yours in a gentle and tender kiss. He then breaks the kisses, speak again, and his voice full of affection. No matter what you say, I wouldn't let go. I love you. Accept it, or I can't help but kidnap you to keep you with me for all eternity. His eyes fill with affection once again as he speaks the last word that man is obsessed with you. When I love you too. Jungkook's eyes immediately light up as the word love came out of your mouth. He suddenly pick you up and sit on his lap, then hold you tightly. I love to hear that, he says with a soft yet happy smile. He then leans in and kisses you passionately, his tongue exploring your mouth as he holds you close. Whine, but you have to promise me you wouldn't leave me alone. Jungkook gently strokes your back while holding you tightly in his embrace. You are mine, I'm yours. I will never leave you alone, I promise.